of course, on the Twitchers. Baby! Paste that in. I'm live. That's good. That's good. What's up, everybody? What's going on? Welcome on this beautiful Saturday evening showcase. Showcase. That's what it is. Oh, man. Marketplace. Let me see what's going on here. Ashton Reef, what's up, my man? What's going on? Alright. Yo, boss Mansour, of course. What did we expect? Mansour here. Look at him. Look at this little boy. First. He's a founder, apparently. That's good news, isn't it? That's super good news, amigos. Let me zoom in a couple times. Actually, to be honest. Can we do this? Oof. I don't like this, but it is what it is. Guess what day it is? I don't know, Mansour. Tell me what day it is. Call me Yogurt. What's up? I don't know what. Tell me what day it is. I know what time it is. It's my time. So you could say it's my day. You know what I mean? Umesh, what's going on? LDM Lars, what's going on? Welcome, everybody. Come on in. The best show on the planet. The only stream that actually gonna teach you how to opt out of the JavaScript ecosystem completely. That's here, right? I've been building a pretty complex app with Templ and HTMX that's working out quite well. It is, man, it is. It's working out like a madman. I'm not gonna lie. And I've struggled a lot. But because we use that in production, well, this is... We're gonna not discuss what's happening with this thing here. But we use HTMX in production. And we basically fucked it up a couple times. Because it's a new kind of thing. And Golang has no idea. Listen. Golang is the language that basically tells everybody you can do one thing in only one way. It's very, how do you say that? Opinionated. But there is no framework that's opinionated, right? Because if you make an opinionated framework like Rails or Django or Laravel in Golang, they're gonna say, Elaba. Don't do that. And actually, we need that. So we shoot ourselves in the foot a couple of times until I discovered the new way of doing things. Lavenio. Yeah, Lavenio is running on HTMX, baby. Only HTMX and Golang, my man. But we are making something different. Well, we are basically implementing the new designs. And I wanna do the new designs are so completely different from what we have right now that actually I can rewrite the forms and everything in the proper way. You know what I mean? What's going on? Ravi, Teja, Jan Titgat, what's going on, man? Task scheduler, I built one for my own needs. Far from perfect or finished, but I think it's pretty neat. Hey, you're the man. Is it open sourced? No, of course not. Well, it's you can see it here, you know what I mean? But it's just for testing, huh? Svelte is nice. Yeah, it's nice. But listen, the problem with all these frameworks is that you're either gonna do an SPA, single page application, or you're gonna do a server-side rendered application, SR, and not both. So what these frameworks are doing, like, hear me out. Do I forget something? It's like I want to say something, but my brain is already somewhere else. It's so crazy. How can I stop that? The thing is that these frameworks, they try to combine everything. So what they do is they say, hey, this is the load function, and yeah, well, it loads on the client, but sometimes it runs on the server. Okay, that's cool, but then you have page, then you have page.svelte, and then you have server.svelte and layout.svelte, and what's happening? I have 3 fucking files, and there is one file that's supposed to be run on the server, but also is gonna run on the client. and it's just so complex. And then you want to use some library like Supabase or something. And then, yeah, but you need to have this function and that function and a function on the client and a function on the... It's completely a madman. And even I, as an experienced, if I can say that myself, developer, I have some skill issues with that. Because I don't know what's going on. Am I on the server? Am I on the client? When am I on the server? And when am I on the client? So, okay, you have Svelte stores. Hey, that's amazing. I really love that. Problem is, you can only use them on the client. That's not true, because you can also use them on the server. But that's not true, because you cannot use them on the server, because that's going to give you race conditions. So it's like, hey, help me, man! So everything is fine. But how much can you tolerate in your brain? You know what I mean? How much suffering can you tolerate as a human being? That's the question. Isn't it? Because the bootcamp guys are scared, while the guys who just like computers are like this wild, show me more. What the hell's going on? In my opinion, the best future is that you can immediately tell who just did a bootcamp and who didn't. Whoa, what's going on? My team managed to get HTMX introduced at work. Yeah. So, the thing is that, what's good, E1 career? So basically what I'm doing is this. So, this is the new designs. I cannot show you them. Can I? I can't show you. I can't do that because it's on my power. How do I do this? Click here. Click here, open this. Open up Figma this. Come on, Figma. WebAssembly. Alright, let's go. Marketplace, huh? Contracts, yada. So, strategies. So, 11 use a trading platform, yada. Look up the website. You can read articles and everything. We are pretty famous. We are worth 300 million, which is no lie. But that's something different. The thing is that we are implementing strategies for buy-side investors. What is a strategy? Strategy is something that can automatically trade based on your parameters. It's like a trading algorithm. But more simpler. Alright. So the idea is, that's what I'm going to do right now, because you can see it's kind of complex. I'm going to tell you why. So if you have strategies here, I can create a new one, right? So this pops up some model and private introduction. We can do that. So it's going to, for example, I'm going to say here low risk Europe or something, right? And I'm going to say currency. It's going to be euro total investment. Let's do 1 million here. And then a price, for example, 0. Blah, blah, blah. Max exposure per SaaS, let's say 50K or something. Right? As I create that, it's basically going to, it's all HTMX. I'm going to create this, and then boom. There is no database yet involved, right? I'm figuring things out. So what I'm doing right here, then it's basically going to save that, a partial part of the strategy into the database. And then we have these basic parameters. If it's too small here, I could zoom in, but then everything is fucked up, you know, my layout. Then you have some advanced parameters, which you can fill in here. And then you have this geography and industry filters. What they do is you select a country. You have more countries. It's just testing. It's just testing, guys. I'm just implementing designs here to see if this kind of works. And you can give this a weight. And then you could say, do I need to include or exclude this country in my strategy? That's basically what it's going to do. I didn't invent this thing, right? It's something that basically is being told, hey, listen, Anthony, implement this and shut the fuck up. And I say yes, because I take the money and sip margaritas on the beach without any questions asked further. So how this is going to work? Well, I'm going to divide this form and this form. Basically, everything here is a form. And instead of doing client-side, adding this into client-side shenanigans with JavaScript, where you're going to put that into an object and then post it as an API, we're actually going to post this separately, and we're going to add that as a column into our database for matching purposes, instead of embedding this into the strategy itself. You're gonna see what's going on. Alright, what's going on here? A question. Are you gonna do a video about tracing and profiling to find memory leaks? Ligma. Sigma. I'm not gonna lie, I like how Svelte handles server client. Everything is fine, man. Everything is fine. It's just then you have TypeScript and then types and yada yada yada. It's just a thing. So it's very simple. So what do I have here? Basically, this thing is basically the database. This is the database, right? And this is for testing. If I come from this forum, right, and I go, I'm gonna name it myself, right? If I come from here, do some stuff here, and I create that's gonna be in here, just for testing purposes. This is gonna do an update, and this is going to do some creates, and we're gonna test that out real quick. How is that gonna work? So let's say it's kind of complex because the forum is complex. That's the thing, and I'm streaming, and it's a long day. How can I start this? How can I do this good? Here's the question, huh? So each time I click this, I'm gonna do these guys first, actually, right? This is coming from the strategy Go handler. Yeah, so these are basically these forum values we don't need. I'm going to delete these boys here. I'm going to delete these guys, right? So right now, actually, they should delete, yes. So each thing is going to start with empty fields, and if you click this field, look at that, if I click this field, it's basically going to do an HTMX post to filters for this strategy. If I do it right now, it's returning nil, so basically it's gonna delete this thing. Well, nothing is happening, that's fine. Yeah, this is because, look at this. Let me cook. Let me cook, guys. I swear to God. I swear to God. Like, posting a form is pretty easy, but this is like a multi-page form where every value of this is going to be a form itself. And you're going to see what's going on here. I need to come into the zone. That's the problem, because I don't know where I am. Yes, I know where I am. I need to go here, right? And then this is going to be a form. Yeah, that's going to be filters, right? I just change it to filters here. We're going to post that to strategy 1 filters, because there is no strategy in the DB, so it's hard-coded, right? And that's basically going to kick off this route, strategy ID filters, right? And it's going to do and handle strategy filters create this thing, right? So let me do something like fmt println r.form value. Can I do r form, get the whole shebang here? Maybe I can. Right, if I do this, yeah, you see now it's deleting that because HTMX is doing a swap. It's doing a swap here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna return something, right? Actually, something I don't like is that it's probably the whole form container is getting replaced here, right? Actually, we could do a render w r strategies. It's going to be form container. Do I have that? Create form container. Is that what we want? Yes, that's what we want. We're going to replace the form container. So it's going to only replace this. Look at that. Look at this, boys. The problem is create strategies, create form container, and then I need to fill in some stuff here, and that's basically going to be, I could do something like this, like var values, a slice of strategies dot create filter form values, something like that. I cannot split screen because then nobody's going to see anything. That's the problem. Okay, so we need a name here. Why? Because we're going to have different filter forms. For now, it's going to be the country, the geography, basically, on the geo-based. That you basically want to filter on only companies from Belgium or France or Ouagadougou. And industry is the same. Industry is also a filter, so we can actually provide the name of the filter here, right? And then this is going to be the forum values. So let me cook something up here. Normally the DB is in play and it's going to be more easier. But now we use this so we don't need to hassle with the DB yet. This is going to be country, I guess. No. Yes. Values. Look at that. That's what's going to happen. Of course, it's going to be empty. But what we're going to do is, look at that. We're going to say something like values equals append values. And then we could do something like value is going to be strategies dot create filter values, filter form values. I know, it's my naming. And we're going to have the value itself, which is going to be our form country from form. Of course, validation, and you're going to see what's going on later on. What's going on here? How do we do that? How do we get this thing? Form value. Form value. And then we're going to say the weight probably. It's going to be our form value. The weight. And then we have something else, but we don't care about that for now. And then we're going to append this value. And then we're going to return that. Let me see what's going on. Let me refresh the page here real quick. So I'm going to say, for example, Belgium. Let's do a weight of 40%. So that basically means that you're going to allocate for each trade that could be made. It's going to allocate 40% of your maximum amount, maximum exposure per company for 40% into that country. Allocated. Complex, I know. So if we click this, all right, you see what's happening, right? So we click that, and now we see that this is getting returned from the server, right? And it's open up a new one to add. So each time we click this, it's going to insert it into the database. That's what I want. Let me see. It's a map with nothing. GG, well played. But that's fine. Because if I do this, a France with a weight of 10, for example. What's going on? Wait. We append to values. Yeah, it's... How can I inspect the complete form? How do I do that? We return the complete thing here. Make it smaller and split. Yeah, if I split and I make it smaller, people are gonna cry, so I can't. It's a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. Now is the blind homies can see. Form container, this thing, it takes in these values. We append this is bad, I know, but it's just for testing, right? And then we're gonna add the form container to country and put in the values in here. So why do I get some more shenanigans here, huh? Look at that, it's probably going to add 10. Now it's gonna add 3 more probably. Yeah, you see? Ah, yeah, it's not swapping, it's appending then or what? Let me see what's going on here. Ah, it's changing this form. I see what it's doing. So basically what's happening is it's gonna replace this form, but we loop it. We create forms for each of the values, right? So, and this is basically the one that we add the empty one for making a new one, right? Pretty straightforward if you ask me. So the only problem is that it cannot basically replace the inner HTML here. So what we're gonna do is, wait, yeah, we could do something like this, right? We can give this an ID. Filter form container, and then do something like HX swap. That's going to be inner HTML. Is that true? That's not true. We want to actually do an outer HTML. Is it like that? And then an HX target, I think, is going to be filter form container. The thing is, do we need to specify the ID? Not quite sure. Let me see this. No. Is it actually bugging out? Target error. Okay, I think we need to specify this, to be honest. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, I need to reset my server because let me reset the server because it's in memory, right? Let's do that real quick. Belgium 10. Please make it work, man. All right, you see, now it's working, right? Now we have the correct thing. The problem is it's a bit complex because a normal form is so easy to do, but this is like all separate forms and yeah, it's not work, right? So Belgium again, let's do a 90% weight. Boom, you see, now it works, right? And we can keep adding. So that's good news. Yeah. That's good news. So for deleting that, it's going to be another thing. And of course, we need to make it collapsible because otherwise it's unmanageable for the users. I know that. That's pretty easy. Right? If you want to see all this other stuff, it's going to be fine. Total coder, USD. Let's do some stuff here. Price. Boom, create. Then we are here. Okay, so we're gonna fix these things real quick. Price and max exposure, so we can have some kind of realistic approach here, right? So let's go back to the handler real quick. Without database, that's the easy part. Exposure is here. Let's do an fmt s print of strat. So what I do, exposure. What I do is basically I make sure that my forms. Let's take a simple form. Let me show you the simplest form. This one. Right. This is basically a simple form. It's this one here. Right. Look at that. Like how easy it is. It's this form. Right. And what it's doing is, you have two things. You're gonna have values, which are the form values it needs, and the errors. That's the only thing. Right. And then you can put the values in the component. The component and the errors, right? So basically, if I go to my strategy here, right now there is basically no, look at that. Look how easy it actually is, right? It's this one, right? This table data, we don't care about that. It's this one, create here, right? No, this one. So you basically grab these forms from the request, you put them into the create form values, then you do an validate on these things, you validate that. Right, and if it's validated, then you insert that. Insert in the DB. And then redirect an HX redirect, and it's done. Right? So how do you basically, let's make an error here. Right? How do we do an error? Well, let's do this. I cannot do it. This is Go, right? I need to be in the Templ here. Let me delete that. Don't save. Stop complaining. Hey, this one. No. This one. No. This one. Validate. Here. Let's do this. Errors, for example. Let's do errors name. This is not a good name. Right? So what's going to happen is if you create a new one. You see? Form validation. I cannot continue. Because it's not a good name. You see, and you can actually do something. Let me open up this component real quick. Input. If you really want to be fancy, class here. You could do that. You could do something like this, right? Templ ding, hop here, hop boom, hop here. You could do Templ kv, and let's do borders red 500, and we're gonna do props error. Can we do props has error? Look at that, it's that easy. It's that easy. It's not that easy. How do we do that? Is it? Huh. Why is that? Where's my border, man? Pretty sure it's gonna be a border, guys. 100%. Border at 500. It's probably, again, some caching mechanism. This is not a good name. Swear to God, it's gonna be caching. Look at that. I'm gonna... Oh. GG, well played. This is broken. Make life tailwind. Of course, that's why it's not working, huh? Boom. Now we have a border. Look at that. That's not a good name. Easy. No JavaScript. Nothing. GG. Easy peasy. Let me delete this validation real quick. Right, now the validation is gone, so now we can actually proceed, right? Well, max exposure is 0. Why is that? Total coder, currency, euro, total investment, this thing, price, that's not gonna work. Pourquoi? Exposure. Yeah, this is something fancy. The select inputs, that's something else. That's that was wild stuff. Wait, so where is this? Exposure. Did I actually? Values exposure. Am I not saving this in our database, huh? No, we don't. Alright, so let's do exposure here. Just for make sure. Expo, and then we're gonna do some other HTMX stuff. Exposure. String convert. Why do I do this? Because let me go back to the simple form. Is that I keep all my form values as strings. Even though that price is going to be in a float or something, or an integer, exposure or integers, I keep it at string because you always, front end is always going to be strings in your forms. And you convert that on the server side, right? You can basically do that as a validation part if you want as well, or on your server. It doesn't really matter. It's just easier to work with strings. Believe me, my mans. Exposure, and then we could do here exposure, there's this one, exposure, because we need to convert that, pretty fine. And then we do price as well, underscore, but that's going to be an float. Is that it's an integer. I'm gonna deal with price on another day. I swear to God. It's gonna be something like 98. And 98 is basically going to be converted to this, right? 0.98. Float. Just int. Just like that, right? So now we're gonna have this. Total code, this one, total investment, boom, price, this doesn't really matter, and then this thing here, boom, create. Oh, it's the other one, yeah. Where's price? Here. Oh yeah. Yeah, so the thing is that I need to fix this price here because it's need to be, it's a special thing because we don't want to use floats for calculation, so we use integers, so I need to do some conversion here, but that's fine. That's going to be perfectly fine. Don't worry about that. Let me click here, do this again to test. Boom, 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 boom. Price doesn't really matter. And then this. Okay, something like that, right? But we need to convert that back to a string value. Fine. GG. Why is this? Alright, that's what we need here. This thing is easy as well. So now I want to delete this stuff, right? So let's say I have this weight 40. I'm going to boom, press here. Now, let me quickly read chat because there's a lot going on. Can we gray out the button while arrows no empty or something? Yeah, we can. We can for sure. But what we also need to do is, once we use it, look at that. This is going to be the page. Look at this, right? So we can pause and active, and once this is active, it needs to be grayed out. But this looks like a nice form, but the problem is that it's how do we call it? Optimistic design. It's an optimistic design. Why? They use designer uses this, right? Look at it, it's actually bad design. Uses this type of input for name. Why? It uses this for total investment, but it uses this for all these others. Why? Why are you doing this? Right? And then these things, like it's just not gonna, look at that. How are we gonna add here? How? Here. Bad. It doesn't work like this. And then he max 100. Hey! It doesn't work like that. The same thing here. And then they come up with all this fancy stuff, right? They come up with, for example, these things. They come up with this in a table. Yeah, it looks nice in Figma. Did you ever use the table? What if the user has a small screen? It's gonna has a small screen. It's all gonna shrink down. How is that gonna work out? And then they have this. That's cool. But how is that gonna work out? You know what I mean? It's like optimistic design. Made by, in my opinion, junior designer. Junior designer. Gonna be honest here. Looks good. But it's not practical. That's the problem. It's not practical. Just do border, no border one. Hey Anthony, love the channel, man. Been digesting all your content over the last month. What advice would you give to a .NET dev struggling to understand Golang structures in general? Or watch more of my videos, my man. It's gonna be fine. Just keep on going. It will be very clear, very fast. So it's well pretty, yeah, Ligma. So you can see everybody that basically says Ligma in the chat are coming from the Primogen channel. Why? Because that channel, they don't do anything else than saying these things, right? There's a bit of different. It's a bit of a different mentality. But hey, they, you know what I mean? They do what they do. So that's what I want to say. It's and now it's my place to, well, it's my job to watch over these designs and try to implement them as easy as, for example, this thing. It's gonna be, this is a currency, right? It's just, they come up with different borders here as well, right? It's like, here it's flat. Why? This is not flat. Then you open this, and this is like border like that, and this border is more radius, and then you have this blue, which is so saturated, doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? So yeah, instead of basically complaining about it, what I do is I just implement it differently like I want it, and then they're gonna, yeah, you know what I mean. Okay. The next step is, now we need to have a deleting. So this is basically saved, right? I can do another one. Belgium here, wait, 40. Boom. It's in here, pretty much. HTMX. G, well played. Now we want to delete that. How are we going to do this? Well, I think we need to have something like a name. I already tried it, but I need to do strategy ID, filters, param ID, right? Actually, filter ID maybe. Filter ID. Handler make, handle, strategy create. That's not true. We go back to the strategy handler thing. Show, create. Let's do delete here at the bottom. Let me copy some stuff over as well here. Boom, 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 boom. Return, nil. Handle strategies. Filter. Delete. So what I'm trying with this naming is that this is a handler. This is the main resource. This is the second resource, and this is the action we do. For example, handle strategies create. Handle strategies filter create. Handle strategies show. MVC pattern. It's the best pattern in the world. Believe me. It's not MVC, but it is because I'm using like a handler view DB kind of thing, right? It's been working for fucking over 50 years. Don't try to change it. Did you ever make multi-step form with HTMX? Yes, I do. I did. This website is completely HTMX. This multi-step thing is completely HTMX. Completely HTMX, guy. Look at that. Oh, you're using Svelte. No, this HTMX. I made that. I made this whole startup in 3 weeks in Golang only, while you are still implementing a button in React. Let that sink in. Everything. This chat thingy. Everything. Every chat. Yo, what's up? Presenter. You need to log in. Everything is HTMX. There's no single JavaScript involved, basically. And you're gonna tell me that I'm not the king of HTMX? Everybody claiming on Twitter they are the king? They are losers. They are garbage. I'm the king. The undisputed champion of HTMX in Golang. There is nobody better than me. Legit nobody. Hey, oh, you're so arrogant. Yeah. It's no arrogance. It's confidence. There is an undisputed king. And that's me. And hey, I'm happy to basically hand over my throne. My belt. The BMF belt. I have the BMF, the bad motherfucker belt. That's what I have. And people can take it away from me. But I don't see any competition yet. Because there is none. Let us be honest here. Could do it faster in Svelte. That's not true. Nah. Ashton, there's a big difference between I can do it faster, but I never ship. Hey. I never ship. Well, if you never ship, then something is wrong with your framework. You know what I mean? Ship it. That's what you need to do. Ship it. Ship it. Ship it and clip it. That's what we do here. Ship it and clip it. It's shipped. You're not gonna argue, Ashton. You're not gonna argue here, my man. Handle strategies. Delete. How are we gonna do that? So I wanna actually... The problem is... in a debate would be easy, right? In a debate it's gonna be so easy. The thing is... So the gameplay here is very simple. We return a render W or the same shenanigans once again. The strategies dot create filter form container. That's what we need. We have access to all info here, right? So I can hardcode this to country. That's what we want. we don't know it, but we have all access here. You don't see it, but it's there in the database, which we do not access yet. And then we need this the strategy filter form. Is it going to type hint me? Of course it is. Wait, actually, values again, and now we just need to splice the values. Can we? Items. What did we call this? Values with the V, with the big V. Values, right? That's gonna happen. So how are we gonna delete that? Can we be optimistic and just delete the last? How can we delete the last one from a thing in Golang? Delete the last from the slice. How can we do that? What is that? I want to see the new slices here. Never tried that actually. I'm gonna try this with slices. What the hell is that? Looks like TypeScript. Delete removes the element SE from S returning. Ah, I can just put an element in that. Is that true? Huh. Never used that. Let me see if I can do this with slices.delete. And what do I need to place in here? S int. I need somebody that's smart that can help me with this. Delete. SYJ. Never used that. So I'm not the undisputed king. Where's that? It's gonna complain, right? Yeah, I know, but can we say what's going on here? Can we say what... Yeah. Of course, it's gonna be the worst documentation ever, probably. Delete funk. I clicked this, man. And still nobody comes up with a thing. Thank you very much. ChatGPT, he's not gonna know that. Just do that. Lens slice -1. Okay. We're gonna set this value is gonna be values. Mansoor comes up with something like this. Len values -1. Right. Of course, it's not gonna happen like that. Normally, gonna delete by ID. It's very simple with a database. So I delete my filter parameters with that ID. In this case, we're just gonna assume we're gonna delete the last one each time. Let's see if that's gonna work. By the way, is this gonna? This is auto refreshed with air. So I don't know what's going on here. Nothing. That's what I thought. Yeah, because we don't have a deleting Anthony or a... How do we do that? Look at that. What I'm gonna do, guys. Look at this. Where's my boutone? My boutone? Delete. Look at that. HX. Get delete. 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 Slash strat, of course, it's hard coded. Why not? Strategies 1 because no DB again. For the people that say, what is going on? No DB. Filters. Filter 1. It's gonna be filter 1. Okay. Belgium 42. Now we want to delete this thing. Click. And it's gone. Wait. I think we basically refreshed the page. That's what is happening. 100%. 100% was a page refresh. We don't want that. Couple things could be wrong. FMT, println. Is it this? How do we get a chi route thingy? Chi route value? Route. Chi get ID route. Chi URL program. Is it that? Ah. Let's call this the filter ID. Something like that. Of course we need to request because we need that. Actually, let's do this a couple times so we actually see something happening or not. Right, that's what we want here. Where is my here? It's pretty. This is server-side admin, right? If I delete this, page refresh 100%. Okay, so the problem is it's going to deep. Did we have the correct route set up? That's the question. Yeah, it's in memory. I know. I wish I had my database, because if I had the database already set up, it would be way easier to handle these things. Wait, the problem is... Haha, no, I knew I fucked something up. This is what we need, baby! Boom. Let's do France, let's do a couple. Boom. Boom. So we're gonna delete the last. This is the last. Let's delete the last. It's gone. It's gone. Look at that. Boom. 1. Boom. France. 2. Boom. Belgium. 4. Boom. 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 I want you in my room. Let's spend. You see, it's amazing. Latest Go has URL param support built in. Yes, it does. So the latest, it's amazing. So what Go did, thank you Go team for having support for getting these better routers, a better mux, right? Amazing, but it's a little bit of a problem. So the thing is that you want to have something like this, right? Where you can have sub-routers with middleware and all that stuff. And yeah, you could do that with standard library, 100%, 100%. You can do that. The thing is that, do we really want to do that all the time? I think Chi works, it's battle tested, it's very idiomatic, it's compatible with the standard library, and yeah, it just works. You know, you can have all these things, real IP logo, the coverage. Man, what's going on here? Chicken rice is coming up my body. So yeah, it's just good. That's why I use Chi. Wawa. You know what I mean? Echo is also good, guys. It doesn't really matter, right? I'm going to say this for once and for all. What router do I need to use in Golang? You can do whatever you want and you're going to be good at all times. Echo, Fiber, Chi, Gin, Martini, standard library. It's all fine. Your application is going to run fast as fuck. It does the same thing. It's going to be Gucci. Perfect. 100% of the time. Why did I choose this? I think I just did an einy miny mo. Got a little. Yeah. So it's fine. Okay, so that's working, right? So that's cool. Cool shit. So now we want to have something very special here. Let me first add a button because I just want to do that. I'm going to my show page. This font is so huge, it's crazy, man. Show strategies. Click with the mouse because I'm not as good as a Vimmer. But that doesn't really matter because I drive... Like, it doesn't really matter. Once you're a multi-millionaire, well, not multi, but once you're a millionaire, it doesn't really matter what you use, you know what I mean? You're happy, you can do what you want, it's fine. Everything is fine. VS Code, Vim. I can open it up. It's fine. It's all good. I'm gonna give you the best tip as a programmer, right? It's good that you find somebody to look up to. It's good that you find somebody that motivates you to program and to keep things to keep motivated to get stuff done. 100% you need that. I have those persons too, right? I need to motivate you, but I also need to motivate myself. So I grab that from my heroes, you know? But don't let you influence too much. You know what I mean? It's not that somebody uses a split keyboard and Vim that you need to do that too to be good. That's not true, right? Unless you want to. If you really want to, it is fine. But a lot of people are forcing it a little bit because they think it needs to be, or they're not cool. Doesn't really matter. You know what's cool? Driving a 510 HP supercar. That's cool. Being jacked is cool. Make money is cool. That's cool. You know? So, take it easy. You can do whatever you want without the million for sure. Of course. It doesn't really matter, right? I said that in one of my shorts. If you want a game, if you want to play soccer, if you want to code or Vim or whatever, React, Svelte, whatever makes you happy does not need to make sense for anybody else, right? If it makes sense for you, it's fine. You can be you need to be happy in your life. And you need to figure out what makes you happy, and you need to do the things that makes you happy. And everything that not makes you happy, you just delete out of your life. It's not that hard, right? Simple as it is. If you're not happy at your job, you find another job. If you're not happy with a friend, you don't be a friend anymore. You know what I mean? You don't like your cat, give it to the neighbors. You don't like a girlfriend or boyfriend or both, find somebody else. It's all easier said than done. I understand, but that's basically the trick, right? Okay, let's do thing. If you're telling me my 1,000 hours in new Vim config is not cool, of course it's cool. If I was on my Mac, if I had a Mac, but I can't, right? But I have one, but you know, don't make it too complex, please. Then I would use NeoVim because it just works a little bit better. My terminal is a bit scuffed, and it's my terminal UI that basically does not make me happy with how things look. Font spacing here, the legit, whatever. The font, it does not feel as good as on VS Code, and the problem is that I cannot configure the Windows terminal to be like this. Right? That's the only problem I have actually with NeoVim. So it's all fine. I really want to use it. It is, guys. I really want to use it because it's gonna make I'm gonna get more followers by that. You know what I mean? It's more cooler. People think I'm cool when I'm use that. So I want to use it, but the thing is, like, I want to get stuff done as well, and I don't want to be unhappy. You know? You see? It doesn't make me happy, so I'll leave it away. Get it, set it on the side. Vim motions are not the same in Vim and VS Code. How do you deal with that? I use the simplest motions. I use the Timmy motions, like a handful of motions, and that's fine. Anthony Chichi. Billy Best, that's a good one, man. Welcome to the club. We are becoming dumb, I guess, with the use of ChatGPT. It won't help an interview. Have you considered using WSL? I'm not a Windows, man. I'm even in the got started here. I'm not at Windows. I'm always at Linux, right? LS. This is thing. I mean, man, LS. I mean, this is Linux. You know what I mean? So it's WSL too, right? But the thing is that it just does not. It's like it does not feel the same, you know. And then Templ stuff, and then it's my terminal. It's not the same. It's my autism. It's my autism. Oh, look at that. I'm so used to that, so it's fine. A button. That's what we're gonna do here. A save button. That's actually a big problem. Actually, it's not. I'm gonna cheese it a little bit. I'm gonna cheese it a little bit here. I'm gonna say button. Look at that. What I'm gonna do. Button. Look at this. And I'm gonna say here, save strategy. And then I'm gonna say this. Look at that. Open up this. I'm gonna say UI button this thing dot 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 save. Okay, that's not where we need to be. That's probably not gonna work with is it gonna do that? I think I need to refresh it for that. Yeah, because it's a minor use case. It's a minor use case here that we need to refresh. So save strategy, and then we have these filters. I think it's a little bit confusing. Because the problem is that if this button is basically here, right? If we have this button, if we have this button, for example, here, we don't have UI, huh? No problem, bitch. So, is there a problem here? Not found. UI. Of course it's found, man. Of course it's found. Yeah. So, if we have this button here, save strategy, it doesn't make any sense because this is a form and this is a form, right? And the moment the strategy is started anyway, this is going to be grayed out, right? So this is going to be fine. Bro, what's bro yapping about? What's bro yapping about, Vim? Un momento, por favor, amigos. The problem is that I can't actually add as moderator. Like, I don't know how to ban these guys. I have no fucking clue. So I'm timing out for 20. I'm gonna keep timing it out. It's that easy. Safe. Do you have dark mode? No. Maybe it's overrated. I don't think it's moving faster than you can think too. It's just cosmetic. That's actually a fact. It looks cool, but does it really make you more effective? Maybe a little, maybe a little less. I think it can make you very effective, that's for sure. 100%. I think we need to do so much stuff. We need to, especially when you're editing stuff, not adding stuff, but editing stuff and moving things around and renaming. And if you have a good workflow, and like I think the Primogen is really a good example of maximum efficiency. But again, there's a big difference between being efficient in editing code. You also need to think, right? You also need to construct stuff in your mind. And that's not as fast as you can move around in your editor, right? You know what I mean? So the question is, at the end result, let's say you need to make a project, right? Let's say you need to make a project, and it's gonna take you, well, it's gonna be a project from A to Z, and you're gonna make that project in VS Code, or you're gonna make that project in Vim, NeoVim, whatever, Vim, right? Who's gonna be fast, Vim or NeoVim? Depends on the implementer, right? Because you can type fast and you can move fast and you can be very efficient in editing text, but you also need to come up with your application, right? You need to do thinking and solving these problems. So I don't know, by the end of the day, right? So the thing is, I know so many very good low-level developers, but actually very smart ones. I know them in community and just from over the years, and they are so smart, and they use Vim, and they are so, even Emacs or something, and they are so good. But they are not in life where they want to be, because they are so stuck with Arch Linux and configuration and but that's not what's going to make you proceed in life, right? Unless you don't want to. But I know a couple of them really want to progress in life, but you need to open up. You know what I mean? Open up. From time to time, in my businesses right now, I use a lot of no-code as well, right? I am a programmer, but I use no-code tools. Why? Because it's so easy for me to do, right? I just can click a couple things and have something set up that I can easily maintain with no code. Zapier. Just be a little bit open-minded and don't be too forced. Now actually I know, just all jokes aside, my screen is full of these little tickles, like dirt spots. And I always wondered how they came there. But it's because I'm spitting when I'm talking. It's insane. Use what you know for projects that you want to ship. Use new things that you want to learn from learning new projects. Is Go Templ HTMX the contrarian stack? Go, if somebody had the balls, to create a very good full stack framework in Golang with Mongoose, Bun or something else, or maybe you can opt out of the DB. You have basically a copy of Laravel with the Laravel beauty, the beauty of Laravel but typed. That's in my opinion the only difference. Like the ease of Go, right? The easy of writing Go and reading Go, the simplicity I would say, with types. And almost no JavaScript. That's what I see it. And if somebody had the balls and time to invest in that, why would I would say so? Why? Let us think about this. Why would you still use JavaScript? Would you use PHP if you can have a typed version? A simple type system as well, right? Go's type system is a lot of people complain that Go's type system is bad because it's kind of simple as well, right? It's simple and straightforward. You can get around things. For example, in Rust you can't, but in Go sometimes you can do a little bit of a wiggly. You know what I mean? And that's good, right? That's good. That's what we want from time to time. You know what I mean? But the problem, like I said, a lot of companies, they think it's new. Go is new, guys. It's 10 years old. It's 10 years, maybe even more, but it's new. It's still new. 10 years is new, right? Because we have 50 years of companies. .com boom. When was that? .com boom. So the .com bubble, late 1990s, and peaked on Friday 2000. So it's going to be 10, 20 years ago, 30 years, right? So 30 years ago, which basically means 20 years ago if you subtract the 10 years of Go. So Java, PHP, Python, Ruby, they all have this advantage, right? These 20 years. I don't know if Ruby is that old, Rails, but you know what I mean, right? So all these companies in the .com bubble, well, in the .com, in the rise of the how do you call that? The .com rise, you know what I mean? When all these companies being created are using Java and all these other languages, but these are not going to change that fast, you know what I mean? So all these languages are baked in. That's the problem. And besides that, if you have these indie developers that want to build something very fast, you're probably not going to use Go, right? Because they cannot program. You know, they can't. They don't know what a type is. A pointer. They don't know. They never heard. They do not need to. That's why they use these simpler stuff. You know what I mean? Golang is 4 times more popular than Rust according to Google, and I can't escape hearing about Rust every other day. Yeah, guys, I posted on Twitter yesterday that I assume Golang is going to be the de facto web framework, the language for the web in the next 2 years. And some guy basically responded with, no, it's going to be Leptos from Rust. What do I need to say about that? I mean, what do I need to respond to that guy? I didn't respond at all because I was flabbergasted, right? You could say stupid stuff, but that's not stupid stuff anymore. That's not stupid stuff anymore. That's like, I don't know. That's not even a Timmy. I think it's retarded. Yeah. Yeah, it's just too big. Like I said, I already mentioned that in one of my other streams. It's just too big of a learning curve. It's too big of an idea as well as a language. And you need to understand the majority of the people. It's in every other aspect in life. You have the majority of the people are basically not that smart. Why? Not because they are stupid, but because they are not. They think differently. They are raised differently. They think not critical, I would say. So they assume. They use the basic stuff. They are happy with what they have. They learned something at a boot camp. They learned something at school. And now they are basically slightly progressing their way in life and learning more when they work on their job. They're never gonna sit at home and try new stuff out or basically try new languages or read a book. That's not what they're gonna do. They are happy and they have a life and a family and a wife and kids, and you know what I mean? That's what they do. That's fine. That's why they stay mediocre. The problem is that Rust is not for these mediocre people because they don't know what the hell is going on. Unfortunately, the majority of, and that's fine, I'm not bashing on anyone, the majority of the population is like that. That's why Rust will never pop off, because nobody understands, right? That's why everybody is opting for JavaScript, Python, maybe Golang. Golang is simple as well, right? The same thing, everybody in the gaming industry, if you're a gamer, right? Everybody said, yeah, the times of World of Warcraft, the vanilla, was so good. Why don't they make that again? Because the attention span and the level of the average gamer is mediocre. You cannot put mediocre players in a hardcore game like vanilla World of Warcraft anymore. Right? Why is Path of Exile is a very good game? Why is that not so it's popular but not popular enough? Why? Because it's hard. It's not for the average gamer. The average gamer has no clue what is going on. They can't, right? They have no clue about this talent system where you can basically exploit the game every single season. They don't understand that. Right? They just want to click some buttons, you know what I mean? Press X. That's what they want to do. And it's fine. That's why they are not good at League of Legends. You know? That's why they basically deleted the build mode in Fortnite. Right? Now, Fortnite has a mode without building. Because the average gamer could not build as fast. Then you had these insane players, like these insane kids. 8 years old. They are building like a madman. 500 words, 500 keys per fucking second. That's impossible. 500 keys per minute. And they were building like shit. And nobody could do anything. All these other, they were smoked, they were cooked, they were abused, they were raped by these kids that could build like a madman. So now they are all complaining, and now they removed, well, have a mode without the building. So you know what I mean? That's how life works, man. That's arbitrage. You know, skilled people take over, right? The same thing. Let me explain how it works. Excalibur. It's very simple, right? That's how life works. Average person or gamer, right? In a game or in life. The pros. So what happening? They play Fortnite with building. But these players, building is, they're learning Fortnite. They're learning Fortnite, right? Let me zoom in so it's clear. They're learning Fortnite. Oh yeah, building. It's not that easy. Too many buttons. Too many keybinds. Okay. The pros. Hey, that building. I can basically get the higher ground. Hey, the more and faster I build, the more noobs I can wreck. Hey, that's cool. Okay, you see? There is basically an inefficiency in the world. What happens with inefficiencies? The average person, they're with way too much, right? Look at that. This is basically how many people there. There are only a little pros with high skill. A lot of average persons with low skill. So what they do is they complain, and it's going to be arbitraged. We're gonna delete the build modes in Fortnite, and now everybody, you know what I mean? They have a little bit more, right? Because they can shoot better and everything. You know, they are smarter. But you see, it's arbitraging. That's how life works. Arbitrage. It works in every single aspect. In trading, in gaming, in everything. Life is always balanced. You need to understand that. I cannot talk about this because a lot of people would not understand it, but maybe a couple of you are gonna understand. Life will always balance itself out. The same thing with politics and everything. You always get balanced. You know what I mean? So everybody's kind of equal because life balances itself out. That's what's happening, you know? And of course you can always escape the balance, but you will, it's a meta. It's the same thing with League of Legends, right? Certainly somebody finds it out. Somebody finds out that you could use a specific item on a specific champion, and you're gonna be completely overpowered. 1v10. Easy. What's gonna happen? Balancing it out. Why? They're gonna nerf the item, or they're gonna nerf the champion. Let me explain. This is completely out of topic, but it don't really matter. Low champion stats. Look at that. Win ratings. Where can I find this? Low win rate champions. Look at that. op.gg, that's what it is. So, okay. So you need to see these win rates here. Look at that. So these are all different champions in a game, which you can pick, right? And what you can see here is that these win rates are very close to each other, right? Look at that. It's like 57. It's like... Look at that. It's like almost 50%. All these fucking champions here. Look at that. All of them. Aren't you thinking about this? Like, there are a million players playing this game. But still, every champion has the same win rate. How would that be possible? Because it's getting balanced. You know, they balance it out. If a champion is so cool, is so good mechanically, they're gonna nerf the items, and they're gonna keep nerfing that. In everything, in games, in life, your wife, balanced. Don't. The same in programming. You're gonna get balanced. There is balance. Aren't you afraid about ad network delivery malware via zero-day browser exploits? I don't know, man. Don't click ads. Okay. So, safe strategy is gonna be update this thing. And the only thing to get out of that, there's the last thing I'm going to say about it, the only thing to get out of the mediocre is just to realize that there is a balance. That it's because certain reasons. And if you know that, then you know what to do. It's easy, right? You find metas, you find exploits, and once your exploit doesn't work anymore, then you find another one. That's the thing, there's always one, right? Okay, put strategies ID, add these strategies, update. Alright, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna update the bad boy. This is my class. What is this, man? What I'm doing, the error is fine. It's gonna be this one. Update. So it's fine. It's all good. So what do we know? That an update is gonna basically affect the same thing as create. So we can actually return a show, basically. Actually, to be honest, basically this one, right? So we can actually use this. Wait, strategy show data. So how are we gonna do this? It's gonna be that strat. We're gonna yeah. Look at that. It's the same thing. So it's the page data. Of course, it's hard-coded stuff right now. I understand that because no DB, yada yada. Again, for the newcomers, right? What are you doing? Just mocking things out, explaining some stuff. The point of 0 day is completely undiscovered by the majority, if not all. Yeah, but then you need to click the ad as well, right? You need to click the ads. That's the thing. You never click ads, right? You don't do that. Do you stream on Twitch? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I stream on every platform. So I'm gonna... Oh, wait. The ads will encode whether you click it or not. Oh, okay, I know what you mean. Oh, yeah, that exploit. But that's a very old trick in the book, right? There are some write-ups about these bugs, about these hacks, where they indeed have some JavaScript code that's being executed each time the ad's getting loaded into your browser. But the thing is that all these ad brokers, well, these brokers are basically where you need to place the ad, or don't allow JavaScript anymore. A lot of them do not allow that. I think none of them, to be honest. So if you can explain me how they could do that without any JavaScript involved, which basically means it cannot run on the client, then it could not do any harm. So FreakX or all the GG, if you can explain exactly how that works, because I'm pretty sure that, because I dealt with ads as in the past as well, where I could just not place any single thing of JavaScript in that. And I think even if they would allow that, they're going to have a very good, for example, Spider Monkey, or what are they going to have as well, or maybe V8, yeah, the JavaScript engines, where they're basically going to run that script. And they're going to try that script, you know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Like, check that script if it's bad, of course. But I don't think JavaScript is being allowed in these ads, to be honest. That's an old trick in the book. Old trick. But maybe there's a new trick in the book. So let me know. Very curious to see that. So filter update is the same thing. So we're going to have... this coming from the DB. We know that. So now we need to do these updates, right? It's going to be the same thing as that. We're going to get that, for example. Just like this, right? We're going to grab these things. Now we're going to say this one. Strat dot name is going to be, we're going to validate that, right? We're going to say if errors is going to be values validate, and I'm going to say len of the errors is bigger than 0. Now we're just going to do a return of a render WR, and then we're gonna put the values back in here, right? That's not true. That's completely not true what you're telling me here, boy. It's this one. Yeah, this one. Look at that. Look at that. That's the only thing you need to do to make it work. And then you update in the DB. This is DB stuff, but it's now hard-coded, right? So we could say values name, right? Name, strat, 1 hour, 20 minutes. What do we have as well? Strat dot currency, for example, is going to be values, currency. Let's just try with these fields just to get this, to see if it's going to work. If you run an ad blocker, it will show you all the JavaScript it block. Yes, I was so curious that you could execute that. I was recommending to the streamer here because I saw ads on the screen. Oh yeah, I was clicking these things. Yeah, ads are annoying, but it's very well makes the world go around, huh? Is this gonna work? So do not be mistaken that if you do this in JavaScript, you have the same thing going on. Right? You have the exact same thing. You will need to fetch the values from your form. You need to validate them. You need to update your DB, and then because we have our form on the same page as where we load the strategy from, you will need to inject. If you use Superforms on SvelteKit or use something else on React, you will need to merge your fetched resource from the DB into your form. It's the same thing. It's no different. It looks like, hey, what is that? But it's like, this is the exact same thing. Right? The exact same thing. There's no difference here. This is just a bit weird because this is a show page where we also have the form on it. It's basically an edit page, but it's going to be this page, right? They say 2 steps. They say, hey Anthony, make a new strategy page here, and then you go to the thing here. No, I'm gonna say I'm gonna put everything in one place. Actually, to be honest, I should just make two things here. It's gonna be so much easier because then I don't need to deal with I was just thinking, like, if the user clicks here, it directly goes to here, right? And this is going to be 0 values because it's not started yet. The strategy is not started yet. Once it's started, everything is going to be grayed out, right? Everything is going to be disabled. Something like that. Oh yeah, this was the last thing. It's even worse. Look at that, because it doesn't work like that. Look at this. It's just doesn't. It's because. How is this? It makes me a little bit sad from time to time, yeah. Okay, so. Is it gonna work? Let me quickly think. Probably it's gonna work perfectly fine. Show data, GG. Updated data. Data is this one. New strategy here. Update this directly into memory. Why not? Let me see if that's gonna work. So let's say here we're gonna. Can I? Have an una error. Did I not name this correctly? Oh. So for filters, we don't need to update because each filter is going to be a direct call to the database with HTMX, right? So let's say we're going to have the name, and it's going to be Anthony de Meulemeester, which is me. Actually, Anthony GG, because de Meulemeester is too hard to understand. Let me do this real quick. Right, so now we have Anthony GG and a price of, this is hard-coded stuff. So let's say that I want to say it's going to be yes, man, which is no validation. This is a complete form. This is a complete page refresh. I can already see that. We don't want that. We don't want to have this. It's going to be a problem. Yeah, I have this one, guys. These are these charts. So somebody asking me, have you tested any chart libraries? Yeah, so you make a component. It's actually super easy, right? You make a simple component. Let me show you this page first. Dashboard, right? Show. Look at that. It's actually very simple. Look at that. It's this one. You have components, line chart props, an ID here, and then you have some values and some labels. And I have 3 of these. And this happens. How? How does that work? Well, you make a component and you call this component line chart. Paste in some JavaScript and do this, and GG well played. Right, so there is no JS file involved. Everything for your chart is here. It is in this script. Look at that. Is that beautiful? There's JavaScript inside a Templ component. So I'm actually writing. I don't know what I'm writing. What are we even writing here? JavaScript in a Templ thing, and it just do this, right? So these line chart props can also be used here directly in your JavaScript. Is that cool, right? I mean, props values and all that stuff. And you have this thing. Look at that. You can change it up, right? If you go to it's even simpler than doing this in something else, because in React you need to have React chart.js, or you need to have Svelte chart.js, because you can't just do that, because it's in Go it's just like that, easy, plain vanilla JavaScript. GG. Wait, let me. Where are these charts here? Man. God damn it. This one. Line chart. Where is my line chart? Here. For example, I can do 20, 10, 50. Yeah, something like that. You can see. It's that easy. Auto reload and everything. And you're still saying to me that Go and Templ and HTMX is not the stack to go? What the fuck are you talking about? Of course. Of course not. Look at that. Easy. Easy peasy. Why do you have node modules then? Yeah, because you need to have chart.js installed, right? It's a JavaScript library. Right? To do this, you cannot. This is client-side shenanigans. You know what I mean? Being rendered on the server, but you need to have these things drawn, right? So it's using this. Chart.js is what we need, because otherwise we don't have that, you know? You can also use a CDN if you want. Right? If you want to use a CDN, you can. Actually, to be honest, I think I'm using a CDN as well. I think I'm using the CDN. Yeah. Or not. Yeah, I'm using the CDN. So basically, I can do this. Look at that. Thanks. Thanks, Alexander Supertramp29 to say, why do you have node modules? Now we deleted it. Now we deleted that thing. Get them out of here. Get it out of here, man. Bye-bye. We use CDNs. Why wouldn't you, to be honest? Because it's a CDN. It's going to get loaded as well. Anyway. So you can choose, right? You're gonna either use yeah, you see it's grayed out because I'm basically git ignore these files. So you're gonna either use npm modules if you really want, or you're gonna just use yeah, I'm using Tailwind, yeah, of course. Wait, let me go back to strategies here. Did it work? It didn't, right? Let me try this. I'm gonna update that to something else. This is still doing a page refresh. We don't want that, so something is going on. Put strategy says that if we put this, it's going to do. Yeah, I think we do an hx put. We don't do an hx put in the. Advanced form. Here. You don't post the strategies, baby. It's an advanced form. This is gonna be update. We're gonna fix this right now. So it's gonna be we can swap the whole advanced form out. So that should be the standard procedure here, in my opinion. Again, we can just swap it. So why is it not working? Why can't we swap that? Oh yeah, are we returning? No, we need to create an advanced form. Did we do that? We don't, this is a full page. We don't do that. We just do this, right? We're gonna create, we're only gonna create a form, the advanced form. What does it need? Let me quickly check here. It needs values and errors, right? That's the only thing we need. Values and errors. So the values is basically, we don't need this old data, right? We don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need this, baby. We don't need this. Look at that. There are no errors here, right? So we can do a map string and call it a ding. Oh yeah. It's that easy. We don't have any thing saying that it's updated. How do we do that? Well, is this stream will be saved after the end? Of course. I mean, especially for you, we do that. Especially for you. Especially for you. I'm gonna do that. Jimmy, Anthony here. Can you do me a favor? Can you save the stream after it's done? Yeah. Okay, thank you, Jimmy. Send me the bill. See ya, man. I'm here. It's taken care of. Just call Jimmy. He's gonna save the stream. It's gonna be fine. Where is Tailwind coming from if not from node modules? It's coming from... That's a good question. It's installed on my system. I made a mistake. Guys, you can also check out the total coder, you know what I mean? I'm gonna do some cool stuff actually, to be honest. I'm gonna do more of these, like I said, more of these 11 new things are going to get built in here, right? So if you want to see more stuff about HTMX and all that good stuff, what we are doing, these videos are in the total coder here. Some other cool stuff. I'm a little bit behind of messages, I'm gonna lie. They're all already, how many people are in here? Like 286 members, you know what I mean? Hey, join us. The thing is that what I'm also gonna do, if you buy, and we also have a weekly assignment, but there's also something that's called the total full-time Go Dev, right? This is my course, but I'm going to give, if you buy this course, this is not correct because there is no Black Friday sale at the moment. There's no Black Friday sale. There is no Black Friday sale. It's full bill. It's gonna suck you completely poor. But listen, what this is gonna do, I'm gonna change it a little bit up. Every full-time Go Dev enjoyer is going to get a lifetime subscription. A lifetime subscription at the total coder. Lifetime. I'm gonna get added to the community like that. If you already at the total coder and you have full-time Go Dev and you pay €9, I know. I'm gonna make sure you're not gonna pay €9 anymore in the next coming months, you know. But you need to give me some time. You need to give me some time to try to figure it out how I can automate this thing, you know what I mean? So, hey. The full-time Go Dev enjoyers are gonna basically have everything. I'm working on that, but I'm busy. It's like I'm doing so much things at the same time that I don't know where to start. That's a problem. That's my problem. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, let's make this a little bit coolioro. Let's do Pine.js. Let's see what they have here, what they can do. Because I'm using this thing, right? I'm just copy-pasting some Tailwind shenanigans from these boys. Let me see. Do they have some kind of a... That's an alert? That sucks. Man, this gives me Bootstrap vibes, man. It gives me Bootstrap vibes. Yeah, a date picker. Look at that. Beautiful. Huh. Toast. Hey, look at that. That's toast, baby. Look at this. Yes. That's what we want. We need toasts. Oh, yeah. Oh, give me toasts. Success notification. Oh, payments. Yes, you got a new payment. Payment. I'm rich, baby. All right. So, how do we do that? Copy this. Oh, what the hell is going on here? Holy shit balls. What is this? A never-ending... What is that? Holy crap. What is this, man? Holy shit. Alright, let's implement this real quick here. Wait, did we pick the good one? Oh, yeah, it's all these toasts, man. It's all these toasts. Of course, it's gonna be a million things. It's all these things together. So why don't you just have one thing so I can copy one toast? One toast. One toast. This guy's toast. For fancy, you gotta pay in the code lines. There's no other way. Yeah, so, okay, I'm gonna paste that in and hope for good luck. So I'm gonna make a new component here. I'm gonna call this toast, I guess, right? Toast.templ, paste that in. Package, components. It's that easy. Paste the whole bullshit in, make an Templ file. I'm gonna say toast. Maybe like that. Let me go back to here, do that. Go back to the top, like this. And then say, actually save it real first. Right? And then we're gonna say, always do this, type. Then we say toast props. Yeah, that sounds a little bit like React. It's true, but props is properties, and that's, I don't know. Props is props, you know what I mean? Like that. Right? And then it's always going to take in. It's always going to take in props, toast props. It's the same thing. If we go to, for example, inputs, I do the same thing, right? Props, input props. Easy peasy. You know why I'm doing this? You know why I'm doing this? It's because that if I need to onboard React devs, right? Like all these JavaScript developers, if I need to basically onboard them into our project, they are familiar with that. You know? That's why I'm doing that. Give them a little bit of... What is that? Alright. So this is data. Let me do some thingy here. Okay, this is a toast prop, right? That's all good. So we have a couple toasts. The question about riffs. We have a million toasts here. Oh, this is just one toast. This is one toast. This is one toast. Okay. How do we do that? Let me go to my show page here. Wait. Man, what's going on? Can I click here? Look at that. I can click here and here and here and here and here and here. Amazing. Let me do a toast real quick. How do we do that? Add components, toast. And if you don't, if you have empty props, right? If you have empty props, you do components, toast props, right? Empty prop, default prop, props. You could do a function that basically makes a default props thingy. Whatever. You could do so many things, right? The only thing that's different is the way I make buttons, right? The way I make buttons, because we are using HTMX. Because we're using HTMX, we don't want to have a button component as a Templ component. We want to have a button as Templ attributes here, right? Templ attributes, which, so if we want to make a button, this is the biggest tip you're ever going to get. If you want to make a button, where are buttons? Is there somewhere a button? I have so many files open, I don't even know what's going on here. It's here. So you see, a button is like this. Why? So we can have some HX stuff hidden. Otherwise, if you make it a component, you cannot really do that easy. It's easier to extend. And if you want to extend a class, you can do it like this. And you could say, for example, like this, right? UI.button variant, and then time to stop. You could say outline and save this, right? And if you go and made a mistake here, it's probably the toast or something. Okay. You see, now save strategy here. Oh. It's all these toasts are here, what the hell? You see, now there's an outline. And if we say a primary, you see, it's primary. And if you do nothing, it's going to be default primary, right? Shit. My refit needs to be in here. Right, you see, now it's that. Not gonna lie, I'm fascinated that it introduces a completely custom syntax to the language. Yeah, well, yes and no. Yes and no, right? It's minor things. think about it as a template language. Don't think about it as Golang. Think about it as a templating language, just like you have Mustache or some Jest or whatever. Or basically, how is it called with PHP? What is it called in PHP? I forgot. PHP template engine. I can't even type Twig. No, it's not Twig. Twig engine. Remember that? I remember that when I was younger. Laravel. Template engine. Can't even type. Blade. That's it, man. Blades. Blade, man. What about the Templ keywords? I don't think it's possible to make something like that in another language. Yeah, they have this. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Razor for .NET, exactly. Love from Antwerp. Pas op, Iren. Iren, awesome. Van Antwerpen. De stad van mijn dromen. Antwerpen. Yeah. It's cool. Cool city, man. I would basically visit Antwerp way more, but the problem is that they decided to basically work on every single entrance. You know what I mean? The E34 problems. I cannot even drive with my car there. It's like you drive at that road and you die. You get flat tires. It's crazy. Like this. I don't know where. If you, it's not Antwerp. If you go to Liefkeshoek Tunnel and you take this E34 for the people from Belgium, you take the E34, then you go direction Antwerp, but then you take Calo, you know, like this Liefkeshoek thingy. R2, the R2 in Belgium. I swear to God, it's like I cannot even explain how it is there because you're never gonna believe it. You're never gonna believe it, man. It's like my girlfriend, she works in Antwerp, so she basically she could guide me. She could say, okay, now you drive this side of the road and you make sure your left tire is a little bit behind the white line, so you're going to avoid all these things. Okay, right now you need to go to the right side in the middle because there is a thing here and a thing there. That's how I survived that. But now they're basically working on that because people are complaining. People are basically broke their car. Legit, this is not a lie. They basically drove there and they just broke their car. Total loss. Because they drove in these rebels. And now they basically sued the city. And now they're repairing that. Holy shit, man. Holy crap. That was crazy. And then you say, yeah, you could take the Kennedy Tunnel, Anthony. Yeah, that's the same problem. So I'm staying home. Home sweet home, baby. That's where I'm staying. Here with you on the internet. There's always free traffic. So wait, let me think here. What are we doing? Oh yeah, the toast shenanigans. Yeah, we had some toast shit going on, isn't it? It's not working, but that's no problem. Let me. Where's my? Why is there so many toasts, man? Wait, this is a. Types. Okay, there's a thing. Let us take the success one, right? Let us take the success one. This one is what we want. I like that. Yeah, we can change. Look at that! Look at this! So I click one button, boom, 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 boom. I fire all these, boom. I fire all these notifications. The user has no clue what's going on, but now he has. Like, we can't do this, can't do that, you can't do this. Oh, what's going on? Oh, they're taking all your money, what's going on? Boom. Even a new friend request. Look at that. What's this? Expanded, nobody knows. Look at that, it's like, oh my god. And then, boom. Oh, it's expanded. Look at, man, this is amazing. Look at that. This is default, so it's stacked if you hover. But if you say expanded, it does this. Man. You got, to be honest, people that make these libraries, they are so free to use. We need to give them more credit, isn't it? Because, I mean, making this, it's like making this, give them some credit. You know what I mean? Does he even read the chat? Yes, of course I read the chat, but you need to understand that there are people are chatting. Will you make some videos on deploying and scaling Golang server? That winter, I'm here, man. And all the followers, thank you so much. Kran, Jens, Electricito, Vibe Behavior, Zee Muruk, Alexander Supertramp 29, Sandriel, Weby Maas, Aiden Mortus, Basil, Fat Min 94, Rebuxen, Ayan Chikik, Gibran Bahat, Salman 23, Freakex, man, and all the others. I love you all. So, are you gonna make a deploying and scaling? Oh, maybe. Oh shit, sponsorship. That's not what I want. Maybe. Maybe. Wait, it's as simple as that. Wait, there's all buttons here. So this is the success. So I can basically delete this. That's bad. We don't need this, right? Why is that? This is actually the initializer. Okay. And this is what's inside of this. Right? So I can actually just grab una button. I can grab this bad boy. This is a font, medium text, standard text, grade types. I can paste it in here. Delete this. Grab the rest of these bad boys. Go downstairs slowly, slightly, gently. But what is that? Is the body. We might not need that. Look at that. VS Code does not know what's going on. And this is not working. Shit. Wait, we don't need even... Shit! Div gassing. That's a bad game you don't want to play. You don't want to div gas. Okay, this is some JavaScript. I can see that. I can feel that. See, they just copy pasted the whole fucking shebang in here. That's wild. But I'm confused why I can't delete. Shit, man, look at this. I have two templates here, isn't it? Yeah, you can hit the code, you copy. I know. I just need to delete. One thing, right? Let me go back here. So they just pasted in everything here, right? And I just need one. So let me take it slowly. Let me actually take the default button. You know what I mean? Let's do that. Let's delete all these buttons here. It's gonna be fine, right? Just like that. All right. Now we have one. Types. This is types here. We don't need this. This is the default. This is relative. These are the positions. Okay, we don't need the positions. This is the layout. We don't need the layouts. Alright, that's that. Cool, yo. Okay, now we have this button. The question that rather is, how does it work? If I click, it's not, nothing happens. That's fine. Actually, to be honest, this is a button. We don't want to trade it with a button as well, right? So let me see. On click, pop toast. I see. How are we gonna fire that, huh? I'm thinking, should I actually, with the certainty of adding this bullshit, restart my No, it has nothing to do with that. Maybe it is. Maybe it has something to do with that. Copy the code. I'm laughing because I'm copy the code from inside templates, teleport body templates, and add it to your project. Ah, this global function is located inside the init. Okay, yeah. We only need the template thing, probably. This one. Yo! Copy the code from inside the template x teleport is body template tags and add it to your project. Why don't you use... It's not working in your thing as well, huh? Shit. Tooltip. Where's toast? Huh? Toast. Holy crap. So, template X teleport body, what's that? It's this one. Aha. And it's just saying that we need to copy this code, but I don't believe that this is the only thing. Put on your glasses. Yeah. I'm a little bit... I mean, they could actually make this a little bit better, right? They could say, man, instead of... It's fine. They could add all these examples below each other so we could just have one decent stuff. Because now I don't know what... You could read this stuff, yeah, but you're on stream. On stream, we cannot read stuff. Here is default searcher for the toast. Okay, so it's only that thing. X data attributes of these elements. Okay, I see what's going on. Right. There should be a title in here then as well, right? I mean, there's nothing. There's also no title. Oh, wait. So a toast is basically... It could be anything, I guess. Ah. Okay, and this is basically all these other toasts they make. I call toast this title. Okay, I see. You can call this function. Okay. I say okay, but I still have no clue what's going on. Hey! Oh man, can it be smaller, man? Where is my fucking toast, man? Where is my fucking toast? Let me see, maybe something's going on. Window.toast. Window.wait and see. That's what's going on here. Window.wait and see. Can I have this open as well, please? Help me? Yes, thank you. But clicking this should do something, but it does not do anything. So the toast is somewhere. Maybe it's behind the screen because it's oh, wait a minute. I think yeah, because this is like a fixed page in here. So it's maybe, I don't know. It's fine. I will figure out the toast as well, what's going on. Some smaller thing, you know what I mean? Some smaller thing. Toast should pop up, but we don't see it anywhere, right? And this is a default, so the default should actually be in the middle. Bro, your audio. Nobody says anything about my audio, and it could be that it's completely scuffed for the whole stream already. It could be. Like my mic, sometimes it does weird stuff and I need to readjust the mic. I need to readjust everything, all configurations are basically reset. Could be that's today. Nobody tells me anything. Now you tell me. Way too loud. Oh, from quiet to talking. Okay, I see. Because sometimes my mic is so bad, and if it's the whole stream, that would be just a bad session, right? Anyway, I'm gonna leave it like that, right? I'm done with these things. We did enough, right? We did some good shit. I'm not gonna lie. We did some good shit, guys. Are there any more questions for me that I need to address? Add z-index. Maybe. Maybe. Another time. Another day, baby. Use ChatGPT. ChatGPT doesn't know anything about that. Man, listen, if you ask ChatGPT, my toast is not showing, he's not gonna do anything. Can we have the source code? No, you can't, unfortunately, for this, guys. I want to give you all the source code you want, but I can't just do that. That's legally not possible for me. I'm so sorry. It's all, yeah, I can't. You should know enough, right? I mean, if you know how these things work, like these simple, like the most simple form is easy, right? Like this one is the most simple form. Like you could do something very simple to like this. In the wait, let me close all these things because it's like way too much. Let me go to probably this index thing. It's this one, right? Create strategy model. Let's create form. So let us do this. If len values name is smaller than, for example, 3, right? It's smaller than 3. So what we're gonna do is this, right? We're gonna say errors name is gonna be name should be at least 3 characters long, something like that, guys, right? So now if we create that and I do this, name should be it's easy. Why? Because this system, I call it the HTMX system with Golang Templ, and that's basically that a form has form values and you name it like this. If you do not know how to name it, you say create form values package strategies, so that's going to be expanded to strategies dot create form values, which is your struct expecting all the values your form needs to function. Then you add a validate here. You can do whatever. You can do it manually. You could use a validator package. You can do whatever you want in here. You're free to do that. Then you're gonna have a create form, which is your form component, your form Templ component, and that's gonna have 2 things. It's gonna have the values, which are the create form values, and the errors, which could be a map of string. If you want to have very strictly typed errors, you can actually duplicate or reuse your create form values into something like create form errors, like this struct. And what you can do, because everything is a string anyway here, you could embed the create form values. Right. So now you could do something like instead of returning this, you could return this. If the len is yada yada yada, you say errors dot name is this, and instead of errors map, you pass in the create form errors. But the map is just simpler and whatever, but it's not really strictly typed because it's a string, so you could place an element that is not present in your form values. You know what I mean? But right now we duplicate. Actually, to be honest, guys, you could do this, right? Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me guide you. Let me guide you. Look at this. You could say, hey, this is gonna return create form errors, right? And then you say the errors create form errors, and you say valid. I'm just too good for this. Valid boolean, right? You do this. You say that. Look at that. Errors is create form. I cannot even type anymore because like I said, I made too much money today. So errors create form errors, right? If the values.name is smaller than 3, we're going to say errors.name is going to be this, and we're going to return the errors, right? Instead of taking in the map, we're going to say it's going to take in the create form errors, this one, right? Of course, now it's going to be a problem here, but we're going to say errors.name. You see, typed errors, okay? It's going to be errors.investment. Hey! Errors.price. Actually, I think I like this more, by the way. I think I like this more. I think I like it more. Your mother is a beautiful lady. Yeah. The only question that we need to solve right now. Okay, this is not gonna take this map string. It's gonna take the create form errors. Look at that, typed everywhere. Types everywhere. Types everywhere. The only problem we have is in the handler right now. Because right now, how do we check for errors? We say, hey, if errors is values.validate len errors bigger than this thing. How do you fix that? You're gonna say if, okay, if errors if form errors is gonna be values validate. If form errors dot valid, if it's not valid, we're gonna return that. It's never valid because we don't set it to valid, even if it's valid. So what's gonna happen here is that the project worked. There's a problem here. Strategies, let's click this. Alright, it's no problem. This is gonna be the strategies. Create form errors, right? That's how you initialize that. There are no errors. Let me refresh this bitch. It's still problematic because this is also problematic. It's because it's the update, the create. So we're gonna say the same thing. If errors, you could say error. You could say form or something. Let's call it form errors. Look at that, it's actually beautiful, right? Validate. Form errors dot valid. If it's not valid, man, I need to stop right now. Look at that. Alright, so basically right now if you do this, boom, you see the name should be these 3 characters long. If we make it longer than 3, it's going to be problematic. Why? Because there is a form error. We don't set it to valid. So how do we fix that? Well, we go here and we say here, hey, stop, I'm here. Don't save, I'm here. Leave me alone. Yeah, what we could do is we can return here, right? Something like that. You could do a couple things here, but you could do. Wait, you could do that. No. Yeah. Let's do this real quick. I like the map as well. You could do errors. The valid is true or something, you know what I mean? Right, and if you do this, it's going to say hey. And then we say more than 3, boom. And it's easy. It's that easy. I can do it with my eyes closed. It's that easy. You know what I mean? What do you like? Guys, please. Mansoor, somebody that's here. What do you like most? The map? Or this? The thing is that with a map, you can basically encapsulate more errors if you want. Exactly. So David is the man. David Hinoyosa. He's telling, hey, but now you can't have multiple errors return in your return early, right? Yes, true. Unless you fix, the problem is that with the map, you can actually check. You could do a len. You could do a len on the errors, right? If the length of the errors is bigger than 0, we know there are errors, and then we can show all the errors at once, which I like. That's why I use a map, because in this case, which is actually, it's a better typing, because right now you have your types for your errors instead of getting a key without having. So you could make an error, right? If you could say, hey, give me errors foo, but foo doesn't exist on your object, on your resource. So, but hey, I mean, people are making $1 million companies in PHP, which is not tied at all. So that little thing couldn't harm, right? That's why we could actually revert this back to a map, which I'm gonna do, but not now because too much work. I think the map is better because it's just easier and you can have multiple returns more easier, right? Let us revert that, because otherwise I need to do that tomorrow in the morning. I don't like that. How do we do this? Just revert like that. Look at this. Oh yeah! Press U for freedom. Look at that. Each time I press U, I'm making $100. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. More, 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 more. More. Like a Timmy. Look at that. You. You. You, 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 you. Anthony, you're an idiot. I completely agree. I completely agree. I can completely agree. Yeah, where is the problem, my friend? Where is the problem? Pagina werkt niet. Rustig blijf. Moet! Pofferdam! It's that easy. Alright, anybody else that I need to convince? Do I need to convince anybody else? Huh? Who do I need to convince here? Whoa! Yeah, for typing it's better, but I mean, hey, it's an error message. It's not, nobody's gonna die from that if you mistype name into, and hey, the error doesn't show up. Made a typo. Okay, it's not a big of a deal, right? It's no animals will be harmed by doing that. It's just an easier way of working faster. Finally made the stream. Well, actually, I'm gonna quit. I'm so sorry, Alfonso, but you can rewatch it, you know? And if you have a question to me, do it right now because I'm still here. Wow. I had a big lag pump today, guys. Such a lag pump I had today. I'm gonna. We're starting soon. Look at that. Live full screen, maybe. Look at this. Such a lag pump. Look at that. You need to see them. You need to see the lag pump here. Look at this. Holy shit. Holy shit balls. Holy God. How can I? Look at that. Look at this. What are you gonna do about that, huh? Look at this. You can see that. Problematic. Look at this. Here. Look at that. Look at this. You see this? Huh? You Vinny. You skinny bitch. Yes. Look at that. This one the same. Need my shoulders? Huh? You neo-vimming garbage piece of trash. Look at that. Here. Look at this. Look at that. They call it the Death Star from Star Trek. Look at this. Here. You need to use neo-vim. You're skinny bitch. Shut up. If you're not a skinny bitch, you can talk. I know. Sometimes I escalate very quickly. Oh man. I'm so sorry for the people that are harmed mentally. I'm so sorry for the people that are mentally being abused during this little intermezzo. I'm so sorry about that. It will never happen again. Maybe. Alright guys, just this Vimy is a new Timmy. It was just for take everything with a grain of salt, right? I'm putting up a little act here, you know what I mean? Everybody's fine. I love everyone, you know that. What happened with your NeoVim experiment? Well, hey, I'm still cooking. I'm still cooking on that experiment. I'm still cooking, baby. I'm still cooking, baby. Wait, Anthony, have you ever seen the Go will bleed tool? It looks promising for setting up Go HTMX project structure. No, because unless it's my project structure, then I will use it. But it's probably not. So that's why I'm not using it. Because I say I'm staying true to my meta. And you can do too, right? So I'm very stubborn in that. I will expect maybe Maybe I will check it out. If you go webbly, let me check that. And then I need to get out of here, guys. I mean, I also have a life. I don't have a life. That's the only thing I do, guys. I'm only working. Click this, man. Damn. Damn, baby. Cuddlish. Okay. This. Oh yeah, it's a bubble tea thingy probably. Probably bubble tea thingy going on here. Supports the built-in HTTP package. Do you guys know Woody Woodpecker? I love this, man. Woody Woodpecker, so cool. So what kind of structure do we get then? What kind of structure do we get? How does it look? How does it look, baby? How does it look? Bulma, what the hell is that? Well documented. Okay, let's see. Oh, live reloading. I love this. Yeah. Woodpecker. Yeah, it's amazing work. Not gonna lie, we should have more people doing this. I don't know how it's gonna look and everything, but more people need to do that so we can onboard new people to Go. That's the only thing. The Golang community. I already said that. And then I'm gonna end the stream. It's the Golang community's fault that the adoption is very good, but not supreme. It could be everybody could be Go. Everybody wants to learn Go. The problem is that the gatekeepers of the Golang community you need to use a standard library for everything and no frameworks and no this and no that and this is bad and shut the fuck up, Timmy. So we need to have people like this that come up with opinionated stuff to help people just get stuff done, right? Because this project works pretty fine. I even have this odd stuff and everything. It's like middleware is everything is set up in here because I know how to do that. Because I already did it. But I don't want to do it again and again and again, you know what I mean? People should have the same project structure as me. Or is it mine? Mine is not the best, but it's something that works for me, you know what I mean? It's like it's a good direction and it will be better over time. But as long as nobody forces people to go in one how do you say that, opinionated thing, all the Timmies, all the newbies will be lost. Why is everybody adopting all these other languages? Because it's frameworks in there. You can do one thing with one thing. And then Golang you can make a handler in 25,000 million ways. So to say. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Have a nice weekend and I love to see you. I'm gonna drop more videos this week. I had a little bit very busy this week, so it's but next week I will be back at your screen. Have a nice weekend and go to the fucking gym because you're